Hi, everybody.
I don't know why I keep getting
What's going on?
help, 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 help.
This is weird. Okay, well, hey, everybody.
know what's
Welcome to the Victoria
happening.
Real Estate Show. There we are. Thanks, Jane.
I pressed the wrong button. Welcome everybody to the Victoria Real Estate Show. I'm Jane Johnston with the Bar Hill Group of Remax Camosin. This is Andrew Plank. Hello, Andrew.
So it is. We've been doing this for how long, and we're still working out the bugs. So yeah, welcome everybody. Andrew Plank here with Five Real Estate Group with LePage.
And
I'm Jen Lowe, mortgage broker with DLC Modern Mortgage Group.
okay, welcome everybody. How you doing?
Oh yeah.
Great.
Sure. Wonderful.
I don't know what I'm doing today, but anyway.
You know, I was watching the intro and just noticing just how big my beard had gotten. It's much more trim now. I still haven't gotten rid of it.
I was thinking the intro, we have not aged in the intro and we have aged in real life.
Uh-huh.
So, all right, let's get to the show here. Here we go. I don't know why it's black at the back, but anyway, whatever.
Okay.
Okay, so today we're going to do our latest rate update with Jen Lowe, and who's joining us on a regular basis now. And we're also going to just update you on the foreign buyer ban, just because it was extended an extra 2 years. And I just had a question this past week, and so we thought might as well just explain it to everybody and so everyone understands what's going on. Okay, so first of all, if you do like our show, please like us. We'd love you to like our page. Don't forget to subscribe. We are on 2 YouTube channels. So Andrew has his YouTube channel and I have mine. And comment on those channels, or you can go to our Facebook page at Victoria Real Estate Show. We'd love to hear what you have to say. And don't forget to share these and more shows to your friends, because it's important information. And it's good for people who are looking to do some research before they buy or sell in real estate. All right. Andrew, you want to do the last 7 days?
Certainly. Thank you. Well, it's April 11th today, Thursday, and we have had 411 properties go on market in the last week. We've had 143 properties go pending, 130 price decreases, 6 price increases, 3 properties back on market, 79 properties transacted at land title office, 35 expired, and 6 properties withdrawn. So more listings definitely than the week before. Jane, do you want to comment on that one, or shall I continue on?
Well, just doing my little percentage calculation. So last week we were at 40%. This week we're at 35% list to sale ratio. So to me, it did feel like the market's a bit slower. What about for you?
I feel like it's busier. Yeah. I feel like it's busier. Showing requests, activity. It's not. And again, my buyers are all. I have a lot of people who are just reaching out of the woodwork, and I'm getting more inquiries. So I feel like it's busier, but it's still spotty, I guess. It's not, all on. Obviously, if different people have different opinions about what the market is doing, but it does feel to me, I'm feeling very positive about where it's going this spring.
Yeah, it may be because I have a lot of listings too. So we were really busy getting all those listings up. We actually did have 2 sets of multiple offers on one of our listings. So that was busy. So yeah, I think maybe just my perception of busy has changed.
That's right. Because look at how busy you are in general as a realtor. And, that's, you're killing it out there. So,
but looking at the numbers though, 134 price decreases this past week is quite extensive. And, especially compared to 86 the week before. So I'm thinking after March break and Easter, people had to come in. Ooh.
I know what you were going to say. We just won't say it.
They had a realization moment, and they were like, okay, you know what? We got to sell this house. So let's decrease. Jen, what do you think?
Most definitely. I mean, I feel like, well, we were talking the other day, for me, lots of people are just circling. They're just not wanting to make a decision. It's hard to know whether to go fixed or variable. Do they want to refinance now or wait and hope that rates are going to come down sooner rather than later?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was talking to a colleague about a property in the $2 million price point, which looked beautiful. And he was sharing that he got an offer right on the first day, but it didn't go forward based on financing. And then he got another offer that didn't go forward based on sort of a silly part from the building inspection. And so perhaps people are stretching further, having a little harder time, getting their head around prices. There's that. I certainly think the price decreases that we're seeing, this bump in it, is also people realizing. I know my message to my clients is prices, not prices, but activity is going to be ramping up, and you're going to have more competition on the market soon. So you're going to have to get ahead of that with your pricing.
But also go for the backup offer, because I have seen 2 transactions now of me being on the listing side, and I say to the person in second place, do you want to do a backup offer? And they say no, and then they end up going into multiple offers again
and paying more than they would have if they put in a backup offer.
And they could have just slid right in there.
Yeah, I know. Jen?
That's a great point, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, c'est la vie. That's on my side as a listing agent, it doesn't really matter, but it's better. But I think they're not doing their buyers a good service. Okay, so looking this week compared to last week, just remember last week was a Tuesday because it was Easter. There were 588 sales in March of 2024. And this week we're at 131 for the past week. And that's compared to 637. So you could see like month over month for March and April last year, the market ramped up. And I expect to see that again this year. New listings were at 466 for the month of April, and that's compared to 1,036 for last year. So we are up over last year, definitely in terms of new listings, and total active listings were at 2,801, and that's compared to 2,043 for April of 2023.
Pretty significant difference.
Yay! That means things will start moving, I think, soon.
And it's also, again, nice to have selection for buyers. That's the biggest thing. The biggest challenge I'm having is finding the right property for a buyer at the right price.
Yeah. So Jen, what's going on with, do you like your new slide?
Thank you. That looks great. I love it.
What's going on with your market?
Yes. So Bank of Canada met yesterday. Well, there's 2 big announcements yesterday. The U.S. inflation rate, which increased significantly to 3.8, which is really frustrating because what that is, it increased our bond yields, which then potentially fixed rates more than likely will follow an increase. On the variable rate side, the Bank of Canada held the overnight lending rate. So just to make sure everybody understands, the overnight lending rate sort of signifies what the banks will do with their prime rate. And there's a spread there because the banks obviously want to make money from the overnight lending rate, which is held at 5%. And the bank's prime rate, which is 7.2. Hopefully, there's still hope that rates will start coming down in June, as I mean, the the amount of delinquencies that are delinquencies on credit cards. There's rising mortgage delinquencies. I mean, our economy has very much slowed.
I just want to say, though, there's a main difference between what's happening in the US and Canada, and that is a lot of people in the US have these like 2% mortgages that they signed on, and they have their terms of whatever 25 and 30 years. So they aren't experiencing the crunch. So that's why their inflation rate's high, because it hasn't made a difference to them what our rates are doing.
Well, and their interest that they pay on their mortgage is tax deductible as well.
Yeah.
So
Right.
There's a lot of.
That'd be nice.
They don't have that interest sensitivity that we do here in Canada when you're getting a mortgage for, the norm is sort of a 5-year term. Right now, we did a poll yesterday in one of the mini Zoom calls I was in about the Bank of Canada update and that, and the majority of mortgage brokers right now are recommending a 3 to 4 year term, fixed term.
I just want to sort of highlight you and in contrast, you'd mentioned the overnight rate affects the variable rates, and then you were referencing the US announcement and how the bond yields were going to go up, and that's going to affect the fixed rates. So there's two different channels, right? And we tend to watch the Bank of Canada announcements and say, oh, this is what rates are doing. But I guess we really have to watch. There's the two different paths that this could go, and the two, depending on what you're after, is fixed or variable. You kind of got to watch both.
There's a big misconception. So many people, because I like what you said the other day, Jane, that people are circling, and I'm having that a lot. And people want to wait until there's the Bank of Canada rate announcement, and then hopefully they can get a better fixed rate. And usually, I mean, it affects the bond yields, but not for a couple weeks later, up or down. It is two separate, your variable rate, prime rate is separate from the fixed rates, variable rates versus fixed rates, and what ultimately affects those interest rates.
Yeah. So you know what? I happened to come across an interest rate update that you and I did in 2020.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about, I think it was like, oh yeah, and the rate's going to be, 3.2%. Oh, and it's so high.
We were so young then and naive.
Well, and what's frustrating, what continues to be very challenging, is that the Bank of Canada is just really not wanting to spark a surge on the real estate market, and not really giving us any insight on the expectation of rates coming down.
I was reading the Bloomberg report, though, and they were saying June. I'm thinking it'll be July, because I think they're going to wait till after the spring markets ended.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's the general.
Pushed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the real estate market isn't the only thing that affects that overnight rate, right? That overnight rate has more to do with than just real estate.
Most definitely, but your shelter costs are definitely the biggest factor in determining what the inflation is. I mean, the other big concern is the housing starts and the amount, or how much our population has increased. But who wants to build at these crazy high costs, and where is everybody going to live?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go over the foreign buyer ban. So this question came up because I had a client wanting to purchase, and I just wanted to make sure, because things have been sort of in flux, and they've just renewed it for 2 more years. So the foreign buyer ban, you can go to this website, which I will put in the chat here. Hold on a second. as we go along. But essentially, what it does is it's trying to really shunt people out of major housing hubs. So anywhere where there's a population of 10,000 or more, they are not wanting people who are foreigners to buy. That's non-Canadians, I guess we would say. So what they're doing, places like Mill Bay actually are a good place to buy. So it's just encouraging people to buy outside of Victoria. And like anything else in government, there are several exemptions from this. So first of all, if you are purchasing a building with 4 or more units, you don't have to worry about this ban because it doesn't apply. And you can, of course, apply outside of the census metropolitan areas. By the way, if you do purchase and you are a non-Canadian and you knowingly help somebody who is non-Canadian, you can pay a fine of up to $10,000. So just so you're aware. If you're studying in Canada, you can actually apply to purchase a home. Well, not apply, you can, but you have to have filed income tax for each of the 5 years preceding the year which the purchase was made. And you have to be present in Canada 244 days each of the 5 calendar years preceding the year in which the purchase was made. So I don't know many people who've been in school for 5 years or more unless they're doing masters or PhDs. What do you guys think?
And what's kind of ironic is that our new to Canada programs, it has to be maximum of 5 years in Canada. So classic.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And also you can't have previously purchased. And they're also saying it has to be less than 500,000. So we're in Victoria anyway, we're talking a condo.
Yeah.
Not a house. So you can see it's kind of just pushing people out.
Mm-hmm. More restrictions.
Yeah. I don't think this is new actually when I think about it. Remember, like they used to have programs in the 30s and 40s where people would come to Canada and they like put them to Saskatchewan or Manitoba or
We
Alberta.
also in the 30s and 40s had a whole bunch of really racist stuff on title around you can't sell to someone from a certain nation or a certain nationality.
Yeah.
And some of those artifacts still remain on some of those titles today in some areas of Victoria.
Yeah. I do. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand why we're welcoming people and then putting this ban.
I know. Yeah. We need people to come here and bring vibrancy and bring diversity and bring energy. So
yeah,
and money
and jobs
and jobs.
Jobs.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you have worked for a foreign mission, like if you were in Afghanistan and you worked with the Canadians, apparently there is also this ban does not apply to you. You do have to apply. And if you marry a Canadian, it does not apply. But my understanding is that if so property transfer tax, what is the situation with that? And new Canadians?
The property tax, you have to have been living in BC for a minimum of 1 year, I believe.
And pay taxes.
And you have to have paid taxes.
Yeah. So many rules. So one of the things I like for this case, we just sent them to the lawyer.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a minefield, and anytime like I get inquiries, from people in the States saying I want to move here. And the first question, of course, is do you have a landed immigrant status here? Are you a Canadian citizen? What's your connection to Canada? Because it's probably a non-starter if you want to move here. unless I can hook you up with a single friend of mine.
I'm free. I'm not free.
Yeah. So that whole, the foreign buyer ban, includes our friends to the States, and it's pretty restrictive. And I've seen studies. A number of people have done studies that have shown that this really had very, very minimal impact on our housing market. But banning foreign buyers are a very, very small percentage of the buyers that we're dealing with.
I think they're less than 3% in BC anyway. Yeah.
So it's like a non-issue doing the ban, but it's still there because politically, I guess it looks good somewhere, somehow.
I don't know. It applies maybe to right-wing people. I don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to.
Which way do you lean, Jane?
Yeah. Well, I come from Toronto, right? So when I came to Victoria, actually, to begin with, I just felt like I was missing a lot of the ethnicity. You step into a subway car in Toronto and nobody speaks English. And it's, the food's great. The culture, we used to have a program called Caravan where we would go and celebrate each other's culture in the spring. And anyway, I really missed it. It feels like it's coming a bit more here. Like I'm seeing more diversity. And
Victoria was extremely vanilla and extremely monochrome for years. I remember back in the 70s, early 80s, and it was very weird to see someone from another culture other than Asian. Because we've always had Chinatown here, and strong population have helped grow Victoria of Asian. But yeah. Anyway.
Well, I used to work in an international school, and we would celebrate every time you could tell when somebody became a Canadian citizen because we would put flags all outside their house. And I know that there are certain key members of that community who are bringing in family members. And I think that's what happens is you have somebody in who has experienced success. And so they bring in their community. So anyway, hoping for more diversity and inclusion. So
that's neat.
Yeah. A funny story. I have a client who's moving here, who's a guy from Downsview, and I was Ontario, just outside of Toronto, or it's in Toronto now. Anyway, I was saying, I said, okay, well, are you still with I think he had a girlfriend, and he said, no, we broke up. And I said, well, your ratios are pretty good because I think it's like, I don't know, 2-to-1 single females.
Welcome to Chicktoria.
Do they call it that? Anyway, and I said, and we have a large gay population as well. And, I have had people so when we talk about diversity, it's not just culture, but it's other orientations as well. I've had people move here who are very pleasantly surprised by how welcoming Victoria is. So
it's extremely welcoming. And there's, no matter where you go, you'll probably find that you're welcome. But there's also areas of Victoria where if you have a particular community that you want to engage with, there's ways to find that community in certain areas that, if you chat with us and tell us what you're looking for, how you identify what your lifestyle is, we're open to that. We want to help you understand how we can connect you up to your communities here in town. So, yeah.
Speaking of needs and wants, Andrew, do you have any?
Let's see here. I still need I need an investment property. Up to now, they've actually increased their price point to maybe 1.3, 1.4. House with suite, decent condition. Preferably something that's either like a legal duplex or a home in Victoria where you can actually have folks. You can't actually rent a full house legally that has 2 suites in it in Saanich if you're not going to live in it. So as much as it's great to people are looking for investments in that area, I'm looking for something City of Victoria where it's a no-brainer, because that's allowed, or a full duplex in any community. I'm looking for starter like townhouse, like new construction out in the West Shore, up to probably $1 million. I'm looking for condos, a number of different configurations on condos. Sydney condo with water view, preferably walkable to the township. Must have an air conditioner. A condo, either we're going wider field lately. We were looking out in Royal Oak and the Trevino, but we're now going to be driving out to Colwood, looking for a good 2-bedroom, 2-bath, newer construction, easy care, nothing to deal with, higher end condo, like higher end finish, up to 800. Been seeing some neat ones in Rainbow Hill area, Trevino, but now we're going out to like the Reunion and Aldwind on the West Shore. Anyway, you name it, I've got it. So I've got lots of buyers.
Okay, well, I have lots of listings, so you can bring your buyers to my
Let's
listings.
Connect them up.
Okay, I have a listing on Cactus, 3842 Cactus. This is a beautiful 3,000 square foot home in Metchosin, and it's in a really nice area of Metchosin, right beside Royal Bay. So it's on an acre. It's 4 bedrooms, 4 baths, easily suitable. And that's priced at 1,598. We also just listed, Andrew, this may be of interest to you. It is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath townhome on Walfred. It's in a complex of less than 4 units, or 4 units or less, and so it has no strata fees. And that one's priced at $775, and it's 1,381 square feet, and it's off of Happy Valley, so it's on a quiet road. And we just reduced our townhome on Nelthorpe, unit 15 at 3981 Nelthorpe is now priced at 639.9, and we are having so many people hover and no buyers. So come on, people. And then the last one I want to mention is a really nice 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo. It's renovated. It's on Linden at 695 Linden. Sorry, the price is $695, and the square footage is 1,224 square feet. So balconies, it's really nice. Yeah. So bring me your
Right.
I have breaking news. Breaking news coming up. I just got an email, and effective August 1st, 30-year amortizations are coming back for first-time home buyers buying brand new builds.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, okay, it doesn't have to be first-time home buyers, I don't believe. This is just coming out. But
this is fresh off the press, folks.
Yes.
You heard it here first.
Yes, wow. Exactly. Yeah. As well as the ability to increase your RRSP withdrawal for first-time home buyers.
Oh,
awesome.
Good.
Up to
so
what?
It's currently 15,000, right?
35,000 you can take out from your RRSP. You have to pay it back over 15 years.
Oh, that's right. It's paying back over. I knew there was a 15 in there somewhere.
Yeah. So that's huge. 30-year amortizations on new build purchases, effective August.
And does not have to be a first-time buyer.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Awesome.
Okay. So they're really trying to incentivize the new builds and give them a little bit of a leg up, which should encourage some builders, hopefully.
Yeah.
We also recently
had no GST, right? Too on rental buildings.
That's for building rental buildings, yeah, but that wouldn't really affect us for resale. Yeah. But that's definitely a nice incentive.
Having this little bit of good news is a wonderful thing. It's been a long
nice. a little light shining on you in a gloomy
30-year amortizations, is huge from an affordability standpoint for people trying to get in the market. Yeah. But
okay.
It'd be nice to do maybe in a future episode you could talk about the difference between the different amortizations and the payments you'd be seeing depending on what you do. I mean, some of your onboarding with clients, we could actually run through some of that and share that information, because I'm sure many people would like to understand that stuff.
Most definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would love to see a spreadsheet that I could use with my clients.
Like on comparing the different interest rates and amortizations?
Yeah, or even if you've decided on a program for them on giving, like plugging in the number and figuring out the payment at the end.
Yeah. My app.
Let's-
I have an app
let's-
that does all that stuff.
Okay, send me the app.
I will. Sounds good.
There's a lot of exactly like this. Yeah. Mortgage calculator 101, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. So let's send that. We'll share it in our next meeting as well. Hey, I was going to say too, I've got a new listing I just want to showcase. Just
Okay.
went live today. It is amazing. 3 floors, has an elevator. I talked about it last week, I believe, but the media for it just came out so good. I'm so impressed. We've got great video and photos and such, but the address is 614 Grand Rose Terrace. It's around 3,400 square feet finished. It is really, really high-end construction. You can't really even compare it to the new construction that you're seeing in that area. It's just a really, really well-built home with really amazing features, beautiful 17-foot vaulted ceilings, gorgeous light, distant views of the Olympic Mountains, excellent location near the Red Barn Market in Latoria Walk area. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you've got that there, but do you want to hit the increase on size on the, thank you, photos?
I actually
it's just
sold one in there, and they're super nice.
They're so well built, and that it backs onto a 40-acre park. It's really private. It's up above the rest of the subdivision, and it overlooks the subdivision looking south. They get some really amazing sunsets. It's got a forced air heat system with a central gas forced air with a heat pump. So it's super comfortable in there year round. That kitchen was updated just gloriously. Nice quartz countertops, stainless appliances. Anyway, I just wanted to highlight it. And yeah, just share that.
Awesome.
1.24, and it went up today, and it's already getting activity. I don't think it's going to last.
Yeah. Well, the thing with that is that it's done. The challenge with these a bit is just that they have a large rec room down below and that extra bedroom bathroom, and so they're family friendly though, right? Yeah.
Yeah. They are family. They're definitely family friendly. No age restrictions. You can have 1 dog or 1 cat. No size restriction. Just no short-term rentals. So that's your cactus.
Yes, and the property it's not green. I don't know why it's doing this, but it's blue. I mean, it's not blue.
Wow.
It's green. It's green. So
okay. I was going to say it's like that. It's like that shoe that is 2 different colors. Nobody can agree on the color.
Look at this, though. Isn't it beautiful?
It's gorgeous.
Yeah. Country kitchen. A millwright designed it. And it's been updated since then. But lots of wood accents throughout this home. It's just stunning. I just love it. Anyway. Okay, so we're going to do an open house there on Sunday if anybody wants to come by.
I might send that to someone. I think her price point's more like 1.4. There's no suite in there, is there? Oh, it's suite
It
friendly.
could have a suite. Yeah, it was suited in the basement, and now it's the suite was removed because the current owners didn't need it, but you could for sure.
I'll send it to someone.
Oh, sorry. Look at the difference in the property taxes in Metchosin. Property taxes are so much cheaper.
What were they in the other one?
I don't recall. You can go back to it, but I mean, you've got an acre of land there, so that's a thing.
Yeah.
What's your assessed value versus price?
Yeah. Okay. So if you guys enjoyed this fabulous show, we are on every Thursday morning. So don't forget to join us. Andrew, how do people reach you?
Yeah, call me 250-360-6106 or text. Email is info@andrewplank.com, and I'm on Instagram under Plank Andrew.
Okay. And Jen, how do people reach you?
I'm at 250-217-4925 and j.lowe@dominionlending.ca. And my website is jenlowe.ca.
Okay, and if people want to reach me, I'm Jane Johnston. I'm with the Briar Hill Group at Remax Camosun. My number is 250-744-0775. You can look at these programs and more at the victoriarealestateshow.com. And you can follow me at realtyteacher_Remax_Victoria or the official page at Briar Hill Group. All right, you guys, it was good chatting with you. So we'll see you next Thursday morning at 9:30.
You bet.
Thanks, everyone. And thanks for watching. See you guys next week. Yeah, live long and prosper.
Okay. See ya. Bye.
Bye.